So, we're doing another Record of Ragnarok video, and holy shit. Holy shit. Over the weekend, we had two chapters drop. Yeah, two chapters dropped. Chapter 22 and 23. That's what we're reviewing today. So, this is really an origin on Heracles. And Cup is over there. Why is he over there? I don't really know. Also, we have a new background display. I'm transitioning, as we may have guessed. Just like this, like we're retiring the Decepticons, which were back over there, right there, and we're swapping to the Prime Boys. You know, just for background stuff. Just you know what I mean. Anyway, back on topic here. So this is really again what the formula for Record of Ragnarok is. It is most of the time with this setup here is that we have two origins for the fighters. The last fight we had was Kojiro versus Poseidon, which was chapter 17, chapter 18. But this one I think is focused on Heracles. And what's interesting here about this interpretation of the Heracles origin is that instead of being Zeus's kid, he's just his own man. He's weak, but he cares about humanity. Or he cares about doing the right thing, I should say. And what's actually interesting for this interpretation, though, is that he was actually the first one to stop the gods from doing their first end of the world scenario, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's actually the most interesting part of this interpretation. He stopped the gods, and he became one, and now he's fighting for the gods. Which is, I don't know. I'm probably going to do an updated video on my Heracles the Grey, how I did that video like, a few weeks ago? Again, I had to wait a while for a Record of Ragnaok Chapter. Could have done other shit, I'll admit. But outside of that, though, we're on the week of Halloween, and oh god, outside is dreary. And I thought, hey, let's just do a bit of festivity. November, probably going to get the story behind old Jack the Ripper. I'm going to be excited about that one. But so far, it's just, he fought Ares. Like chapter 22, we kind of see him as a kid, and he's talking with his best friend Castor. And I'm like, yeah, he's a good dude. I think his name is Alcidius, Allocatus? Allocatus? I think that's his name. Yeah, I think that's his name. Allocatus. Or Allocatus. I forgot the name, but I couldn't pronounce it, so I'm just gonna call him Heracles for this video. He drinks the blood of Zeus to become Heracles, which again is interesting. So I guess any mortal man can become Heracles, can become a demigod. Like apparently Achilles exists in this universe, so kind of curious how Record of Ragnarok's version does in this canon. But it's like, what do we have so far that works? Personally, I think this is an interesting fight so far with, Ares versus Heracles. God of War versus God of Justice. Or not the really God of Justice, more like the hero of justice, really, to be honest. Heracles is like the father of all of Sparta. Reminder of that. And what's even odd here is that he took the name Heracles from Hera. So I was pretty much wrong on my old Heracles video, how he's a gray interpretation. He might still be a gray interpretation, though, because he fights for justice, he does the right thing, but he's fighting for the gods, which you kind of think that, I guess because it's been 4,000 years, they forgot, hey, Heracles is promise we told him, we'll save all of humanity from end of the world. That's not happening, I guess, so fuck that. So far so good. This arc has, or this fight I should say, has just been killing it. They've just been doing a lot of good things so far with this universe that I'm still curious if they're ever going to do the Jack the Ripper one, because I think the Jack the Ripper one might be my favorite, though, for the human origins. Again, how Record of Ragnarok does their fighters here is that we have a fight, a few bouts here and there, Then we have an origin on the god or an origin on the human. I think the next chapter is going to be centered on Jack the Ripper, how he became an infamous serial killer, but also Heracles' origin. I kind of want to see a separate series on, like how he became, Heracles, the Chad Thundercock of Greece. Like I would personally like to see that. Just the idea of him being this, oh yeah, I was a weak dude, but I became super strong by drinking Zeus's juice. He basically drank Zeus's blood, and I really like the design of the cup. It's the goblet. It's filled with Zeus's blood, and he drinks it, and he becomes a Chad. Kind of curious what kind of drugs Zeus takes to make demigods exist. But all in all, this was just a good origin story for Heracles, in my opinion. Good conclusion to the Heracles origin. Just a good origin for him in general. I think this is gonna be a running thing. We have the origin of a god and the origin of the mortal, which I think that'll be the next chapter of November, which is like next month. This is a monthly series, keep in mind. But it's funny, I was actually going to talk about chapter 22 on Sunday, but then chapter 23 also dropped on Sunday, so I'm merging the two together. I'm mostly just saying it's a good origin to Heracles. It's a good setup of who he was, why he does what he does, and he kind of is a reason why he defends humanity. It was a great couple chapters, but I think that's all for that today. But also, I got another announcement coming for you. I've been doing a couple movie reviews on Tuesday and Wednesday, or actually Tuesday and Thursday. So if you're interested in me talking about a couple movies I saw or I've watched, because I don't know, I thought that might be interesting to some of you, like, who are into movies. I'm going to actually talk about a couple horror films I watched, or one horror film I watched on Tuesday. Then talk about a special one on Thursday, which is Halloween, which I'm going to keep that a big surprise. It's a classic musical, I'll just say that. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and me talk about my series on this channel. My passion, pretty much what make a damn video. I don't know. November update, probably gonna be on the 8th, or who really know? Not the 8th, or who knows? What's the 4th? Monday, November 4th. Yeah, I might do an update video on that, like what's gonna happen. Just me giving you all a heads up what's going on. Peace.